Okay, sir, kanina we talk about the amendments to Republic Act 9520. Do you think at this time kailangan na rin amend ang Republic Act 11364, ang charter ng CDA?
I agree. I think these are twin laws that are so close to each other. And I think it must also be seen, read, and maybe amend to the extent that it should jive and consistent with the revisions made for RA 9520.
Yes, thank you for that, sir. So sana sabay ding mapasa if ever yung amendment ng CDA charter. Okay, so much for that. We now move on to the next letter in our cooperized framework. This time with letter R, resilient and united cooperatives. So, di ba sabi nga natin, unity is power, and we've seen calls for a stronger cooperative vote and collective action. So, Chair, dati ka, sabi mo nga, sir, you were once part of the regulated, and now you become the head of the regulator. So, how can you ensure, or how can we preserve the strength and the solidarity of the cooperatives to advance the cooperative identity?
Yeah, let me start with an inspirational word. The success and resiliency of a united cooperative in the Philippines is the success of the CDA. And I think that should inspire us to do things, facilitate, and initiate unity among cooperatives. Because I truly believe that once we are united, we're bigger, we're stronger, and I am sure we are a force to reckon with.
Yes.
With that goal in mind, all the things that we can do can be more successful, and more participants would be included, thereby the success of such any endeavor of a united co-op will be given or benefiting more the cooperatives.
Okay, sir. Kasi po yung minsan yung solidarity, yung unity, nakikita lang natin siya at the national scale. So, how can we ensure that from the provinces or from the municipalities, yung solidarity ay talagang nakikita at nadarama nung buong sektor, hindi lang sa taas?
We need the participation of the local government units and other government line agencies. The cooperative development in the Philippines is not solely lodged on the shoulders of the CDA or solely lodged on the shoulders of the cooperative sector. I think we need the local government units' participation, support, as well as actions, so that we can unite further a more glamorous and wider and reaching actions to make cooperatives more progressive in the country.
Yes, sir. So, speaking of voices being heard, so how do you see the cooperative sector's voice being heard in legislation, in governance, and other policy-making initiatives?
In the process of making laws, definitely we need to have allies.
Yeah.
We need to have representatives. And if there are existing representatives now in the halls of Congress that are lovers, loyalists, and committed cooperative leaders, I think we are in a better position. The party system in the Philippines is an avenue where cooperatives can really participate. We have not been very successful in terms of representation. But I am hoping and praying that we could do a lot better, because they will be our number one protector. They will be our number one representative, including the budget of the CDA.
Yes.
And if we have allies like this, both in Congress and in the Senate, we'll do a better job for the Philippine cooperative sector.
Okay, so the cooperative sector should be represented in all halls of the Congress.
Yes.
Meron na ba tayo, sir, representation sa Senate? Kasi may party list tayo sa House of Representatives.
Yeah.
Sa Senate kaya?
Wala tayong para representative, but I think there are friendly senators right now. And they care and they understand and recognize the need of the sector. And they are a welcome force in terms of really advocating our policies and our needs for a better cooperative sector. Let's be friendly with them and let's support them.
Okay, thank you for that, Yusek. And we now come to the next letter in the framework, letter I, which stands for Innovation and Capacity Building. So this focuses on training, leadership development, and upskilling. Okay, so importante dito yung papel ng mga unions, federations, and training providers. Ano po, sir, ang mensahe niyo para sa kanila?
First, they should unite their efforts and talents and combine this for the sake of the cooperative sector. When we see a united federation and a union doing and exercising trainings or providing trainings to cooperatives, I see better results rather than competing to one another. A united federation and union will also ensure that the training courses we are undertaking right now can be upscaled to a better to better its content and subject, so that we will expect a better outcome when these are given to our cooperative leaders. So, second, as I have said, I would like that the cooperative good governance course be upscaled, so that we will no longer be doing the basic things, because I truly believe that leadership and governance are so important ingredients in the success or failure of any cooperative.
Yes, sir. So, because of the pandemic, di ba, sir, yung nangyaring pandemic, nagkaroon ng need for online platforms for learning. And kahit wala na yung pandemic, patuloy pa rin po siya ngayon, and it's still an effective way of teaching, effective way of providing instructions, upskilling our cooperative leaders. So, what can CDA do to maximize these technologies to further capacity building?
I think we can continue with that kind of setup. All we need to do is to upscale the contents of these training courses and learn from other experiences from other countries. Myself, I have undertaken the Cooperative Union Directorship Competency course that was implemented by ACU, and I passed that because I truly believe that I cannot be an effective board of director before if I have not undertaken that. So let's continue with that kind of technology, with that kind of setup. But all we need to do is to upscale the contents of these training courses.
Okay. Sir, kasi ngayon, in a parang rough survey or trending, we have noted that the age of the cooperative leaders and officers are in the almost 60-year-old range. So, how can we maximize involvement, or how can we train our youth to be the next leaders in our cooperatives?
I think they can start with educating the youth with what cooperative is, how do we operate cooperatives and what are the benefits that they can get out of cooperatives. We can start with financial literacy, and then followed up by the organization of a laboratory cooperative, whereby at an early age they are now taught of financial inclusivity, cooperative operation, as well as cooperative management. And by this, and with this being taught to them, I'm sure that the future of the cooperative sector is in safe hands. So I fully support cooperative youth empowerment. That's why I even suggested that before the year ends, there will be one national cooperative youth forum to be conducted, where they would share their experiences in terms of co-op youth involvement in cooperatives.
Thank you, sir. So we both believe, all of us believe that the youth is the answer to the intergenerational sustainability of cooperatives.
Yes.
Kasi kailangan merong pagpasahan ng torch itong mga magagaling nating leaders.